We received a lot of great feedback on our video yesterday revealing our current portfolio. But here's the truth. A portfolio didn't always look like that. In fact, at one point, I owned absolutely zero cryptocurrency. Shocking. But now, as I've told you guys a lot of times, one of the best ways to build a massive portfolio is to get involved in the industry, which has contributed to my success and portfolio growth. But even with all the success we've had here on the channel, without proper management and portfolio balancing, we could have never gotten to a decamillionaire portfolio. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up your portfolio for success. Let's get it. BitSwap is the hottest new way to trade tokens. Crawling all the top decentralized exchanges, BitSwap gets you the very best price and value for your trades. BitSwap is changing the game. Try it now at bitswapdex.io. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the largest crypto channel in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in cryptocurrency. If you like money in crypto, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your chance to win a full Bitcoin. Bitcoin may have had a major dip, but remember, one Bitcoin still equals one Bitcoin. If you'd like to trade Bitcoin instead of just investing in it, you can make money whether Bitcoin goes up or down with Bybit, my trading site of choice. They're actually having a gigantic trading competition starting this week, so check out bitboycrypto.com/Bybit in order to sign up and get the details. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at how you can set up your portfolio for success. We had a lot of comments yesterday from people looking to beef up their portfolios. As mentioned, my portfolio probably has too many coins in it, as is. But if you got between 10K and 50K in crypto, you're definitely going to want a smaller allocation per coin in your portfolio. We're going to be using a baseline of $50,000 for this portfolio example. Now, if you don't have that much money, that's okay. You can scale down this portfolio or scale it up based on your financial situation. So let's discuss how you should be setting up your portfolio. First and foremost, you'll want Bitcoin in your portfolio. When you listen to Michael Saylor and Elon Musk discussing Bitcoin and how much they own, it should give you guys some signs and clues that Bitcoin is here to stay. While we look at a lot of speculative coins out there, and we love them, the fact is, you're going to want to own Bitcoin. There will come a time when it is nearly impossible to own it without paying through the nose. The other advantage of owning Bitcoin is the volatility to the downside is not nearly the same as other projects. On average, Bitcoin drops 85% in its bear market, which I know is pretty crazy. But the fact is, altcoins drop 97%. If you're newer to this space, you got to buckle in. If you can't handle Bitcoin at $15,000 again, you may not be cut out for this. But Bitcoin can boast something that no other asset that's ever been around for 10 plus years can. As of 2 weeks ago, when Bitcoin hit 62K, literally anyone who had ever purchased Bitcoin as an investment and did not sell was in profit. You can't think of the individual price swings. Remember, when in doubt, zoom out. The longer you look at the time frames in Bitcoin, the more you realize it is a long-term investment that cannot lose. Now look, I can't give you financial advice, but based on that evidence alone, in my opinion, Bitcoin is an incredible investment opportunity. Some people call it the same type of investment opportunity as investing in Manhattan real estate in the 1800s. The point is, you need Bitcoin in your portfolio. So the first thing you need to understand is holding about 25% of your portfolio in Bitcoin is a must. In our $50,000 portfolio, that equals $12,500 in Bitcoin. Once you get past that, you need to be focusing on getting another 25% of your portfolio into the top 10 or so coins. Now, as seen in my portfolio, we love smart contract platforms. So for me, owning Ethereum, Cardano, and Polkadot are a necessity. So let's split that up into smaller pieces. Let's put 5K into the top smart contract platform, Ethereum, 4K into Cardano, and 3,500 into Polkadot. I believe the smart contract platforms are the future of the decentralized internet, and these are the top 3 horses that I feel like betting on. I think they will end up owning the majority of this market. But you have to understand that sometimes you have to invest in trends, and we will do that in this portfolio as well. But some of our portfolio has to be allocated to the future. Things that you feel very confident in that will be around 10 years from now. Tomorrow, I'm going to be discussing my in-game altcoin strategy, which will clear up the mindset you guys should have in regards to altcoins. But back to today's video in this portfolio, we've already got 50% of our portfolio allocated. We're going to split the remaining amount, 25K, down to 5 sections of 10% each. The first 10% will be allocated to other coins in the top 25. This gives us room to pick some big winners that have stability, but also fierce upside. I'm going to pick two of my favorite coins here, Chainlink and VeChain. Chainlink is the leader of the Oracle space, and VeChain is the leader of the supply chain tracking space. I won't be picking any other coins in this portfolio in those categories, so it makes sense to pick those here. Now, I could have also gone with Theta here, but it seems maybe to be at the peak of its pump, but who knows? So let's allocate 3K to Chainlink and 2K to VeChain. For the next 10%, we want to definitely have a position in DeFi. Decentralized finance is the future of money, and these can be considered long-term plays. If you watched my portfolio video yesterday, you know what I believe in. So here, let's do 2K in Aave and 3K in Synthetics. Aave is pumped a little harder than SNX, so it may have more room to grow, which is why we slid a little more money into that one. Next, we definitely want exposure to the NFT market. While the cards, art, and digital collectibles themselves may be already in some type of bubble, I certainly do not believe that the cryptocurrencies and blockchains themselves are in a bubble yet. So we want big exposure here. Now, I've been telling you guys for a week, Eternity is the next massive pumper in my opinion. Big names behind it and an incredible platform coming out very soon. So we also need to pick up some diversity here as well. Now, as much as I love OMI or Ecomi, I'm going to go ahead and ride with ERN and Chiliz here. Chiliz could be the leader in the entire space, so I definitely want to get some exposure. We're betting big on EARN by putting 4K and 1K into Chiliz to make sure we have exposure to the top asset. Now, the next 10%, let's bet on more smart contract platforms. While ADA, ETH, and DOT are already in this category, we believe there is more room for speculative projects here. We want to pick some up-and-coming competitive platforms. We're going to divide this three ways. We're going to pick Elrond or eGold, which I believe is about to start another round of pumping by putting in $2,000 there, and then two other platforms I love, Cosmos and Solana. Big up-and-coming projects. We're going to put $1,500 each into those two. So for the last 10%, we want to pick some smaller cap projects that have very high potential. Now you have to remember, for these, they are super speculative, but we want ones that have extra high potential. A while back, we told you about the high potential of APY Finance and Frontier. These are big winners down the road for sure. We could have easily picked up some of our partners here, YFDI, Ferrum Network, Cartesi, Hyper, and others. But to be fair to all of our partners and projects that we advise, we're going to go with Frontier and APY Finance because we have no affiliation with them at all. We will put $2,500 each into those, which rounds out our $50,000 portfolio. As you see, it's quite balanced and covers a lot of different areas. But remember, there will definitely be times when you want to move out of some projects in favor of others. For instance, 2019, exchange coins were hot. They were really big, like Binance Coin. Now, recently BNB has come back around in a big way, but for almost 2 years, it was not a great coin to get gains with. The same thing may happen with NFTs. They could go out of the spotlight and another niche may rise to prominence, and you could move the NFT gains to somewhere else. Most likely though, this portfolio will grow greatly over the remainder of this year. You can either keep the alignment the same and count the money, or you could take profits and gains from these holdings and move to diversify in other projects. You could diversify this portfolio maybe by adding another 5 to 10 coins over the year, riding what was hot and dropping things that may lag or top out. Having a crypto portfolio is a dynamic activity. My portfolio will look much differently in 6 months from now, and I can't wait to show it again. But let me know what you think about this portfolio. Is this something you will try to imitate? Let us know down below in the comments. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.